Hey there, what's going on? Uh-oh. I don't want to get in trouble. That's all you heard. But that was fun. Hint, hint. I learned something tonight. People that are going live, if you present stars or something, where are these stars at? Does anyone know about the stars? When you're live streaming, I guess maybe I have to be live streaming differently. My name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. I'm here every day, 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week at 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Don't you think I deserve stars? Does anyone know where these stars are? Do you see stars? You know where the light, where the wow and all that stuff is? Wow, there are 9 of you here. What's going on? There's a crazy storm happening. It's been going since, I don't even know, it got dark at about 7:30. And then the lightning started and the thunder's been going. I could open the window. Actually, if I do, Lillian will be like, she's already a little freaked out. But does anyone know about these stars? Hey, Lynette. Yes. What? What am I? Oh, I know you do. Oh, I love you. Hey, Bonnie. Michael Keel, do you mind? Michael's in the hospital, everybody. So let's no, it's not those stars. There's stars when you're doing live streams. But Michael Keel is in the hospital. He has COVID and pneumonia, and he's maybe going to be here on Thursday if he can get on Zoom, and if not, you could do Messenger if you want to come on, Michael, but sending lots of light and love and prayers to you. Who else is here? What's going on? I don't know, but you see the stars? Not those stars. Are the stars? There are no stars out. Well, they're there, but you can't see them at all. But who's here? What's going on? What's happening? Captions are auto-generated. I don't know where those captions come from. Mama Grace is here. April's here. William D's here. Julie Luce. Yeah. See? That's what's going to get you out faster. We all think it's okay, Prilly. Prilly's like, "Oh gosh, Mom, it's very, very scary outside right now. It's actually gorgeous outside." But she doesn't think so. You don't see the stars. Hey, Carol. How are you? Carol's here. That means Rob's maybe here. Well, somehow, Bill Winokur, no gig tonight? What's going on? Man, you've been like pow, 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 pow. Congratulations. Really cool. Somehow when you do a live stream, the stars go towards, I don't know, something. They end up paying or something. Hi. So, but I'll just put my regular thing out anyway. 11:11 with Jenna. Yeah, if you do love it, do share the show. It's fun to share the show. Share and share alike, as in SHARE. But you can share and share alike. I'm selecting all, and I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it over here. So didn't we lose? We've lost some powerful people this week. Michael Morgan. So didn't we and I'm talking to myself right here. And Charlie Watts. I did a gig with him. I opened for him at the Fillmore, and then I got to sit in with him. And then there was another, oh no, that was a different night. Or was that a dream? There's this group from Cuba called Vocal Sampling. Google Vocal Sampling. They're an a cappella group. And you think that you're listening to a band, but it's just them. It's like Take 6, but they're from Cuba, and they're incredible. And I highly recommend, but I danced with them. That's the part that felt like a dream. I remember my friend Karen Klaber and I were dancing with all the guys from Vocal Sampling, and the next day she called me. She goes, "My hip kind of hurts, but it was sure worth it." So it is Tuesday, and this morning Patty wasn't here, but she'll be here next Tuesday. Rough week for sure. Kind of rough week for a lot of us, but we're all legends in our own mind, right, Rob? That's what I think anyway. Yeah, well, how blessed we are to be here for all of these incredible people on the planet. But tomorrow morning we will go walking. Tomorrow night we'll have a community, kind of shorter shows right now. And then Thursday morning, maybe Michael, and maybe not. Sometimes you choose. That's funny. And then Thursday night, conversations with the creatives. See, Michael Bailey will be here. And then Friday morning, Armando, and Friday night, display and share. And Saturday morning, one more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger. And Saturday night, one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. And Sunday morning, Alex Martinez. And Sunday night, Poetry Glam. And Monday morning we meander, and Monday night we meditate, and Tuesday morning's Patty, and Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Andrew Rader, hypnotherapist, acupuncturist to the stars. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hi.
Hi. So I have a marker because we do this show the same time. I do this show the same time once a week. And this is the first time that it's dark.
Yeah.
I mean, dark.
It's dark.
Last week it was pretty light when we started the show.
Wow, for sure.
So it's changing fast now.
And we're in the middle of a crazy storm right now. It was dark by 7:30, 7:45, and you just disappeared from my life here. What happened? Oh, there you are. Wait, are you there? Uh-oh. Sorry. Did you hear that? You did? Wow, it's crazy dark there. Do you have crickets?
Do we have crickets?
Mm-hmm.
If we do, I can't hear them. My hearing is like... Shauna, are there crickets? I think there might be some.
I don't know that about your hearing.
Yeah. We have crickets. I hear them.
Yeah. Is that like something you've been challenged with for a long time?
I think it's just been slowly happening. I need to get it checked. You know, my fantasy is that they pull out big wads of wax.
Yeah, we have crickets.
And all of a sudden I can hear like I was 20 years old, right?
Big crickets.
That's my fantasy.
Do you? Yeah, well, it's dark here, but it got dark. So have you ever do you ear candle?
I did ear candles years ago, and then one time I got a little afraid because, it's melting wax that can drip.
Right.
So the secret to do it is to do it this way. I'll wait.
I was opening the window so you guys could hear the thunder, maybe.
So this way instead of that way.
Wait, go which way?
Horizontal instead of lying down and having the candle be vertical.
Unless you put a pan over it.
No, you don't want the wax to drip through the candle into your ear.
No, I know, but the wax dips on the outside.
No, it's on the inside.
It burns and it pulls it out. But yeah, you can do it this way. I've done it this way.
Yeah, and then you need a second person to make sure your hair doesn't catch on fire.
I think Shauna and I did it together once.
Probably.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah,
I love the sound when it's like in your ear and the fire.
Yeah,
The
and
flame
it's
in your
warm, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll get some ear candles, do it horizontally.
I think you can buy them at Trader Joe's or Costco now, probably.
I don't know about that.
You might have them at CVS these days. You know, it all gets so hip and now.
I bet they do have CVS.
Oh, the irony is they'll be at Amazon.
Right. Yo, you can definitely get them at Amazon. Don't go to Amazon. So it's dark there. How's Emma?
Emma, I took her to the vet yesterday just for annual checkup, and she's had the same vet since we got her 16 years
Is
ago.
it the one on the main drag?
He moved. He's East San Rafael vet, but he's no longer in East San Rafael. And so he spayed Emma. He knows Emma, and he's just amazed at how kick-ass she's doing. You know,
Because she's from
16.
New Orleans.
She's kept her figure. She did lose 2 pounds from 35 to 33, but that's just, old age.
Muscle
And
mass.
yeah, and he, I was talking about how we take her on long hikes, sometimes a little bit too long, and then the next day and he said, I'll give you some gabapentin now, for those of you who know, gabapentin's used in humans. It's an anti-seizure medication used for nerve pain. He uses it for so many things in the veterinary world. So I was surprised, but Emma's got some gabapentin that we can use when she's just feeling a little off, little achy, painful after a long hike the day before.
Yeah, the last time we went on a hike with her, we lost her.
You mean you and Shauna lost her?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not on that hike.
We didn't lose her. She just kept going.
I thought she was behind you.
We thought so too.
We thought she was behind us, and then when we called you, and we were like, "Hey,
Oh,
we lost. Emma went home. Emma went home," because we thought she went back. And then as we kept going up the hill, she met us at the top of the hill.
yeah.
So
She's not gonna leave you. She's not gonna leave you, but she does get a little disoriented now, little doggy dementia, and I also found out she might have a little old dog bronchitis,
Oh,
which was the hacking that
right.
maybe you heard before.
I've heard the hacking. Now just
Now,
that cat across the street. That scared me.
um,
That sound.
now this was so our neighbor 2 doors down, their dog, very similar age to Emma, similar size. She was hacking up, and it turned out to be congestive heart failure. So I thought, But the vet said, no, not with Emma. She doesn't have congestive heart failure.
She's fine. Lillian
She's
and Emma's
fine.
there. Lillian and Emma they respect each other's space.
They do.
Well, Emma loves Lillian, and Lillian.
Lillian says I'm not happy.
I think it's parallel sleep is what it is.
No, Lily.
I was looking at the photos of Lillian and Shauna sleeping.
Yeah.
Mom?
That's interesting, Carl. I'm surprised you've lost very little hearing in all the years that you've been playing really loud music. But my right ear gets a little tinnitus type thing. That really high thing. But how was your week? What's going on, Andy Rader?
Oh, what's going on? Went to an A's game.
Oh, did you go to the A's Giants game?
Yeah. And, it's a little So,
I think everybody I know went to the A's Giants game.
okay. So this is at the Oakland Coliseum,
Mhm.
right? And do you play Go? Have you ever played Go?
I think so.
It's where you have white little pebbles and black little
Yeah,
pebbles,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Little
you try
cups.
and surround the enemy. And
Right.
well, my experience at the Coliseum was I figured there'd be tons of A's fans and a few Giants fans. And I don't know what planet I was living on, but it was either equal or Giants outnumbered the A's. And what the reason why I say it felt like a Go game is sometimes when you're playing, you think you're surrounding the enemy, and then really you are being surrounded. And that's what it felt like.
So, are you an A's fan or a Giants fan?
Oh, absolutely an A's fan.
Okay. And you felt surrounded by Giants fans?
Yes. At the Oakland Coliseum, give me a break.
Yeah, well, the Bay Area is a little different these days.
There is a wonderful app. It's not for everyone, where you can put in a zip code, any zip code, and see what the fan base is for that zip code for Major League Baseball. And it's really cool. Like, for instance, you want to see where the Yankees fans end and the Boston fans, the Red Sox fans begin, somewhere in Connecticut, somewhere in Massachusetts. Where does that happen? Because clearly close to New York City, even in Connecticut, they're Yankees fans. Mets fans, it's like some teams are local.
Right.
They have their local fans, and then some teams are national.
Well, that's just like for here you're either a Cubs fan or a White Sox fan or a Tigers fan because they're all pretty close.
Yeah.
Iowans are Cubs fans. Yeah, Cubs fans go that way, but then there can be Sox fans too in Chicago. Two teams like the A's and the Giants.
Yeah, so the A's and Giants, A's fan base is pretty localized, mostly East Bay. They're scattered around the Bay Area a little bit, but when you look at Giants fans, they're all over.
What inspired you to go to the game? Did you go, or who did you go with?
Went with Nadav inspired us.
Cool.
So Nadav and his girlfriend and her parents, and Shauna went. Oh my God! And my sister and her son.
Shauna went to the game?
Shauna went because my son's girlfriend's parents were going, and that would be a chance to have a little, to
Bonding.
see the in-laws.
We have two Giants fans on here right now that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, in 2010, 2012, okay, I was a Giants fan because the A's didn't do anything those
That
years.
was fun.
But yeah, and I think 2014 too shows you what a great fan I am. But
that would be fair weather, I think.
Hey, if you grew up in the East Bay, and I grew up when the A's were the winningest team in baseball, 72, 73, 74, or maybe they skipped a year, 75. The Reggie Jackson days, the Vida Blue days, Catfish Hunter days. I know more about those teams than today's team.
Yeah. It's sort of like people in movie stars and stuff. I don't know who they are anymore. When I see those books, magazines, I'm like, who are these people? I don't know who they are. Who is that person? But, well, that sounds like fun.
It was fun. And then I get a text from a friend he's got A's Yankees tickets
Ooh.
for Friday night. So I'm going to take my sister and we're going to go. These friends are Yankees fans. And I'm sure it's going to be a similar thing. There are going to be a lot of Yankees fans.
I'm trying to
Hopefully,
think back to that year when we all went there for the concert on the Green.
Grateful Dead with Bob Dylan.
Yeah, was that like 89? 87?
No, it was 87, I think, maybe 87.
Your
I could,
parents were there too.
wow, wow. And it was my birthday, I
It was
think.
your birthday, your parents were there, your sisters were there. Yep.
Yeah, that was a special day.
We went with the crew. So, any new fun clients?
Um, I occasionally I get the nail biters.
Ooh, nail biters. Like, are they nail biting while they're watching a football game or a basketball game or something?
That's when they tend to do it, watching TV, watching a movie at night. Um,
Oh.
and this is someone who's in his 50s, maybe even early 60s, pretty close to me. Been biting the nails all his life, and he's tired of it, sick of it, wants to be done with it.
And so, how do you go about that?
Well, you got to meet them where they are. You got to find out um, when they bite their nails the most, because it's easier to isolate a particular time and say, okay, you're not going to bite your nails when you're sitting on the couch watching TV. And if that's like 80% of the time or 60 something percent of the time, then that's a good chunk. And you can narrow in on that particular time period because you can plan for it. You can have a strong intention before you fire up the TV. And then you have a toe hold. No pun
Oh,
intended. No pun intended. A toe hold in the habit.
okay.
And toe hold is kind of like mountain climbing, rock climbing terminology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, you're um. So yeah, I got the nail biter. So nail biting and then hair pulling's another one. I haven't seen a hair puller in a while, but they can, they're fairly common.
I knew someone that used to pull her hair out and then
Yeah,
would eat it.
eat it. Yep. There's a word for it. I
Yeah.
can't bring it up right this moment,
Not
but
pica, but like
because because your hair and your fingernails are made from the same stuff, they're very similar. There's something similar about it. And then the hair puller have a bald spot.
Dave Love just sent this to me and said, "Don't bite your nails." Can you guys see that? No, it's that statue, the without any arms. She doesn't have any arms.
Oh.
Don't bite your nail.
Yeah, because one thing leads to another. It's a gateway drug.
It's not pica. Is it pica?
Well, that's the mineral, pica.
Pica. But yeah, she would pull her hair and then she would eat it.
Maybe one of our listeners can go Wikipedia, look it up. What's the scientific term for hair pulling?
And then eating it. There's a
Mhm.
nutritional imbalance there. Okay, so biting your nails. Interesting.
Yeah,
Now, would that be a habit,
yeah, absolutely.
not an addiction?
No, I mean, again, by my definition, it's not a chemical dependency.
Oh, can you
It,
hear that?
it's, yeah. Is that thunder?
Trichotillomania.
There you go.
Dave,
Thank you.
trichotillomania. Trichotillomania? Is it really? Or are you making that up? Okay, is that real? Trichotillomania?
Now I gotta look at it.
Trichot, trichotillomania. Come on. Seriously, he says. Seriously.
Yes,
Trichotillomania.
trichotillomania.
Really?
So it's a mania.
Wow, she's manic.
Well, it's a mental disorder. I mean, that's how it's classified.
Now, Dave, did you know what that was or did you look that up? I'm curious now. Trichotillomania. I like that word. Trichotillomania. Seriously. Her aunt, not her. Oh, he knew it. Dave knew what it was. Wow. So, can you hypnotize someone that has trichotillomania?
Again, if they are at the point where they recognize it's interfering with their lives and they want to do something about it. Yeah.
Hi, Lily and Pearl. Can you hypnotize dogs to not be afraid of a thunderstorm?
Now you got to call what's his
Katie.
face for that? Cesar Milan.
No, Katie's a whisperer that way.
Yeah.
I used to know a guy that when he would watch Rader games, he would bite to the quick. He would bite around
Yeah.
the cuticle and everything.
Yeah.
What about hand washing? Have you ever had anyone?
Oh, you mean the obsessive compulsive types? No, actually, I haven't.
How would that be? We need to find out about the stars, guys. I want to get the star action happening here. T is the letter of the night. Use that word. A what? Trichotillomania. That's funny. Apparently, yeah, she was noted for her arms, not her charms, not her arms. Poor thing. All right, you guys. You must know those jokes. I won't even go there. Okay, so how many times do you think you'll have to work with someone to stop them from biting their nails?
I usually do three sessions, and there has to be a significant change in those 3 sessions. So with something like this, it's different than quitting tobacco because tobacco again is very clear. You quit, you're done, that's it. You never have to deal with it again. But it's hard to say never. Get your finger near your mouth. So you try and create new pathways, and the new pathways with this, I use that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the 5-second rule. Do we talk about the 5-second rule?
No, tell us. I mean, we think we talked about it once, but because we were talking about not dropping something on the ground. But,
yeah, it's not about dropping food on the ground.
Right?
It's about as soon as you have an impulse to do the right thing,
do the right thing.
The right thing, you have 5 seconds or less to act on it in some way, or else you're going to be talked out of not doing it.
Because that's the other side of your brain telling you that.
Yeah. And the other side of your brain is trying to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
But like if this were 30,000 years ago and you had the impulse to, hey, I want to run across this field of tall grass, and you acted on it, you might get eaten by the lion who is waiting in the tall grass. But the person who hesitated because, hey, there might be a lion in there, they're going to live to pass on their genes, their caution genes. So nowadays that that feeling of, uh-oh, this doesn't feel comfortable, this doesn't feel right. It's not usually about something life-threatening. It's usually about social uncomfortableness. It's usually about doing something we know we should do, but we don't because it makes us feel uncomfortable, because we don't want to do it. We don't like doing it. And so if that part of the brain is active, it's going to shut down an impulse to move beyond that. So for instance, if you're at a party, let's all pre-COVID, let's just say pre-COVID. You're at a
When you
party
go to a party, not be like, oh, did someone
and you see someone from across the room and you want, your first impulse is, hey, I want to talk to that person. You never met them. You just want to, and then normally what happens is after 5 seconds, you don't. Hey, they could say something. You wouldn't like their response. You just go the route of, I'll just stay safe and comfortable here and not risk approaching someone I don't know and be shut down. Or, hey, I should write that card to my aunt who just sent me I should write a thank you note to Aunt Judy. And as soon as I have that thought, I need to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then go get something to write with. Go get the card, or at least address the envelope. Do something in that direction to get me started.
Positive.
Or else I'll say, oh, I could do it later. I could do it tomorrow.
Dave loves it. Or you sleep with them. Meaning the person across the room, I'm assuming.
Person across the room. Yeah, well, you have to somehow talk to them first.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Well, just Jill Bolte Taylor. I think we did talk about that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She after 90 seconds, if you're laughing or you're crying, after 90 seconds, it becomes a choice. The first 90 seconds are physiological, like when you're laughing hysterically.
Yeah, about anything.
Whatever. You're in church and you get one of those laughing fits.
Right.
And you can't stop.
Yeah.
After 90 seconds, it's a choice.
Right.
Sad, you're crying. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. After 90 seconds, it's a choice.
Yeah. Because whatever the brain chemistry that's going on to create that feeling, unless something happens to continue it, like if you're watching a comedy show and the jokes keep coming,
right,
it's not a choice.
Right.
Because it's getting recharged. That's when your jaw starts to hurt because you're laughing too long.
That's a nice feeling. I like to laugh until I fall down.
Yeah.
That's my preferred laughing method. Is if I can if you can make me laugh until I fall down, I'll sleep with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm responding today. Like if someone can make me laugh like that, I'm done. Doesn't happen very often. Lillian makes me laugh like that. I sleep with her every night. Tonight, I have a feeling she'll be sleeping like right here. She does not like this thunder and lightning thing.
Yeah.
There was something I really wanted to talk to you about, and I don't remember what it is now. But okay, let's talk about this vaccine thing for a second. Can we?
Sure.
So how do I ask it? Oh, but the other night, then I was watching someone on CNN. Every 7 words, so, blah, 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 blah. So, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm like, that person obviously didn't go to Toastmasters.
No. And was that the anchor person?
Yes.
Or the guest speaker?
No, an anchor person. So, dot.
Wow.
So.
See, their executive producer needs to be on top of that.
You would think they were all Toastmaster people, no?
No, no.
So, I knew someone that did that. He was a famous engineer,
There
sound
are a
engineer.
lot of people who do
So,
that.
I mean, like one night we were playing a game, like we were doing a drinking game. Whenever he said so, we were all drinking.
So here's the question, and I just did it.
Yes, it did.
10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, what was the word that people used to
Like,
start their sentences?
like.
That's true for the teenagers.
Okay. But for
But
adults,
for adults, now I'm thinking maybe it was well.
anyway, I know
Anyway.
someone that says anywho.
Oh, we talked about that. Yeah.
Anywho. Well, what word do you think it is?
You know, it's hard to remember. Maybe you know. You know.
You know. You know.
You know was used a lot and
So has
still is.
become
Still is. But not necessarily to start the sentence.
so.
These
And
are
of
called
course,
filler. These are filler words.
oh my God, it's amazing.
Right. Amazing and awesome.
No worries.
No worries.
No
Yes.
worries. Oh, April, LOL. I'm probably bad for saying like eh.
Well, that's a Canadian thing, I think.
You know the Canadian alphabet, right? Do you?
I can imagine.
A I said that joke to Rob Morocco the other night. He didn't even know it. He's Canadian. He didn't know that joke.
Well, it's like telling fish about water, right? They don't. What's water?
You got called out in Europe for saying like. Hey, yeah, like. I say
Wow.
like. I'm. I'll be that. I say wow. That's my word. Wow.
I
Because
think
things.
that was Steve Jobs' last word, according to his sister.
I think. I think Snopes said that wasn't true, right?
Well, how would they know?
I don't know. No, there was a whole thing that he said that they said that he said, but he didn't say. I think he said, "Wow, I've seen that. I've been with enough people when they've
Yeah,
left the planet, they go, or
my grandmother did.
they're like, wow, or they talk to people far out. Our tour guide was always LOLing and said, "We Americans say like a lot." I was reading an article today about things that people from other countries notice about us, like the refill when you're in a restaurant. Do you want another? And they refill you. I normally stop and think before I speak. Carl, you're good. You don't use excess words.
Here's another word that
No, they
is
said
over
ear, not here.
here.
They said ear.
Here is another word. Literally
Literally.
is one of those overused words now, I believe, in
Oh,
my humble opinion.
totally. Now, if someone's going to say literally, am I supposed to say totally?
Like totally.
Totally. Totes. No, they say totes.
And what?
What? Oh, your daughters don't upspeak, do they? Do they upspeak?
Not.
Or do they do that other thing do they do the vocal?
No way.
No
No way. I would fly to their house and live with them until it.
No more vocal fry. No more wire hangers.
I don't believe they upspeak. They probably do, but not to the point where I'm noticing.
If I
Because
was in the room with your kids and they upspeak and I left the room, you'd know that they upspeak because I'd be like, I can't do the upspeak.
no, I don't think.
Does anybody want coffee?
No, they don't do that. But I imagine they speak. Well, here's what might happen when they're with their friends,
Yes.
you know, they might break into that. But if I'm in the room, I don't hear it. And I do notice upspeak for sure, for sure.
For sure, for sure. You know, Rob, some people say they say important or they say important. They don't do that first T, they say important. Important.
Important.
No, they say important.
I know.
Important. Important.
My Augusta, who you know, said vegetable,
Vegetable.
vegetable, 4 syllables.
Vegetable. Did she say Wednesday?
No, but she said vegetable.
Vegetable. She
She's
probably
the only one.
she said realtor instead of realtor, but we've had that conversation.
Are we recycling our
Can
conversation?
you hypnotize people to speak better?
Well, talk about, I mean, we say habits of speech, right?
Right. Can I? Okay, so I say right. I say right a lot. Right. Like, oh my gosh, right. Maybe I should be hypnotized to not say that, but it's actually praising the other person, right?
We use idioms. We use
No, we're not recycling. We're
trite phrases.
But none of you guys don't say literally because you're not in Great Britain, okay? If you're in Great Britain, maybe in Canada you can say literally. But that's like saying grand dance here in America.
Are we talking about how you pronounce the word or just throw the word out totally? Totally. Completely.
Completely. And literally.
Totally is another word.
Totally.
Is overused. Right. Right.
It's true. So do you think you can hypnotize someone to speak better or to change? Like, what if someone had a vocal fry and the mother would be like, oh my God, my daughter has vocal fry and she upspeaks. Can I call Dr. Rader? Andy Rader, do you think you can cure my daughter of upspeak and vocal?
Well, the mother calling it is not, it's
Right.
got to be from the person. And let's get back to the fundamentals of habits. We have posture habits. We have speech habits. Anything that we do that we repeat over and over is in the autonomic nervous system. We've got those train tracks laid in our nervous system to make life easier. And sometimes these habits help us, and sometimes they hinder us. And the ones that we started when we were very young were created because they seemed to solve a certain situation, made us feel safe. It worked for us when we were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And sometimes we carry that response behavior into our adult lives, and maybe it's not so helpful now. So speech habits, I mean, if you grow up in Alabama, you're going to speak differently than somebody who grows up in Brooklyn. And that's just a speech habit. You can take a baby born anywhere in the world, they're capable of taking on any language. And that at a certain point, those windows close for being able to speak like a native for that time.
Hey, Melanie Demore. I like what Rob just said. Hypnotize Jenna to replace the word right with something funny like cheesecake or rose. My mom wants to know what upspeak is.
You can do it.
Mom, remember last night when we were watching Chopped and that guy was talking and I said, "Oh, the way he talks is really driving me crazy." Do you guys want to have some coffee? Should we have cheesecake with our coffee?
Well, you're asking questions, which it's okay to upspeak with a question, but people like, what's your name? Jenna? Like it's a like I'm not sure if that's her
Oh,
name.
do more, because now we're getting it, because Julie wants to know more about it too. You've got it down, Andy.
So normally with a question we end going up. Would you like some cheesecake? But
Or
hey, is the sun gonna come up tomorrow? No. Aren't you sure? Do you know? So upspeak is just ending almost every sentence going up. The inflection is up. There's a word for that in linguistics other than upspeak. The technical
yeah,
term
there is a technical term.
for going up.
And then the vocal fry is, people talk like this. And then
Yeah.
they sit there and they talk about how they're going to go to the movies and then go home for a while and then they're going to go out to have a beer.
Uh,
But you had the upspeak, whatever the word. Yeah, I'm sure it's Dave Love probably knows that word too. Very smart, Dave Love is. Very, quite an intelligent person. And very smart is not a. Melanie, I think she's laughing. Like if you raise up on an octave at an ending point of a word,
yeah.
a comment
Not
going
a
on.
whole octave. Not
Julie,
a whole.
I'm sure you have a lot of kids in your classroom that do this. That's upspeak.
Yeah.
But when you do the vocal fry and the upspeak at the same time, it's really annoying. There are a couple people on NPR that do it too.
Yes.
On NPR, there's a lot of people that do a lot of vocal fry and upspeak at the same time.
Well, those two things happen to be um, more women, young women tend to do that.
I've heard some men do it too.
The vocal fry.
The vocal fry and the upspeak
Wow.
or uptalk. Yeah.
I'd say it's still predominantly more women.
I've heard young boys doing it, and it's really kind of annoying. Why should we stop if we're having a good time, Melanie? What did you have for lunch?
I knew you were going to ask. I should have thought about it earlier because it's not that impressive. In fact, it's a little embarrassing. Not too embarrassing. So I had, and I just said so. I had two things
Who is she
about it.
talking to? Shauna, who are you talking to?
Talking to her mom.
Oh, hi, Joyce.
She's way. So as I told you, I said so again. Middle Eastern flatbread with avocado and tomatoes from our garden and a little pesto. I also had leftover buckwheat noodles, the soba noodles, and I could eat a lot of pasta, like noodle. If I'm lazy, I'll just eat the pasta with some kind of flavoring. So with this, I said so again. See, this is how you train yourself to not do it.
Go
You
back
have
and
to,
watch the show and hear how many times you've said
yeah, and you have to notice. You have to notice, and then it becomes aggravating, and then that's the point where you stay conscious to the point where you catch yourself before you say it. So now I'm slowing, and I just did it again. I'm slowing down my speech in the hopes that I will be able to catch it before I do it again. The other thing I had for lunch was the buckwheat noodles, and I made some gamasio, the toasted sesame seeds with salt, and then you grind it up a bit, and then the shaved bonita flakes,
Ooh.
which is breaking my vegan diet a little bit, and the nori that I break up over it.
Nice. All on
We'll
top of this
on top of the noodles,
oh, on the noodles.
and then I add a little soy sauce, which isn't necessary because there's salt in the gamasio,
But
but
salt is
it's
fun.
really good.
I'm reading the book Salt right now. I love it.
Oh,
It's all about salt. Yeah, Grace said, I just don't pay attention to upspeaking as much as I pay attention to mispronouncing of words. Yeah, that bugs her. It does. It bugs both of us. It's a thing we have. Did you hear the way they said that? Oh, they just said that. But yeah, I'm guilty of the so's. But this woman the other night, oh my goodness, I was like 17 times. Dinky Creek. You have to say dinky. If you don't slow down and say dinky, 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 you have to, it's a kind of a nasally dinky creek. Dinky Creek.
Dinky Creek.
When you are, okay, let's go back to hypnosis for a moment. Can you hypnotize if somebody has more than one thing, can you hypnotize them for more than one thing at a time?
I'd rather not.
So does that mean they have to come to you 3 times for that one thing, and then 3 more times for the other thing, and 3 more times for that other thing?
Well,
Or unless they're smokers, then they come 1 time for that thing?
once they tackle one habit, the same method applies to the other ones with a little tinkering. But basically, it's the same process. You first decide consciously what your intention is. I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm getting rid of it. Like strong intention. Then, in a relaxed state, and the relaxed state you can get to with noticing something that's happening right now.
Like totally, yeah.
Like totally. Noticing the sensation of your belly moving, because your belly is always moving. You can use that as a touch point. It brings you into the present moment, just like watching the waves at the beach. The waves are always happening. So if you stop and just notice the sound of the waves, or the sight of the waves, or if you're not at the beach, you could just notice the wave-like motion of your belly, because that's always with you. You're now present, you're now aware, and you use that as a way to now become aware of other things, like saying so at the beginning of a sentence, or noticing if you are biting your nails, or noticing if you just finished the task, you want to go to the fridge and get something to eat. And when you're focused on something where you know there are weak points, like biting your nails when you're about to sit down and watch a show or a movie, you can use that anticipated trigger to prepare, stay aware. Like right now, I'm still aware of avoiding saying so at the start of a sentence. I'm conscious of it right now. That's the process. Have the intention, Bring yourself into presence. Now you're aware. When you're aware, you're not going to go into automatic mode. You're not going to automatically do something that you're not aware of because you're now aware. The antidote to unconscious behavior is consciousness. Now, it's not easy to stay conscious
Behavior is
all the time.
consciousness.
Say that again.
Say what you just said.
The antidote
Antidote.
to unconscious behavior is consciousness. And it is difficult to remain conscious for long periods of time, even short periods of time. But if we are aware of when we are going to be weak, like certain trigger points, then it's easier to anticipate that and prepare and become conscious, especially when those trigger points can sneak up on us. And if you do the technique to tackle one problem, you can apply it to another and another.
So have you ever, I mean, you've probably thought about it, like creating some YouTube videos and or an app to reinforce perhaps?
I've found that the one-on-one is the most, I mean, sure, I could do that. It'd be mostly for marketing. It may be effective for some people, but it's not going to be enough. It could be effective as a reminder for people who've already gone through it.
Uh-huh.
But the reminder is your belly, the sensation moving in your belly. That's what I try to have people leave with. Something that
Reminder is your belly.
Yeah. So you don't have to rush and go to the YouTube and find the video, and you don't need any of that complication. It's right with you all the time, accessible all the time, anytime, no matter what you're doing. If you're breathing, your belly's moving. Use that as the gateway, the entry point.
Do you swear?
Hell no.
I swear around certain people more than I would swear around another person.
I've cleaned up my act a lot. A lot.
It's important.
In fact, you know how we say poop now?
Poop?
Poop.
Poop.
P-O-O-P.
Poop. Yeah, okay.
Where people would say shit or crap.
That's poopy.
And now poop has become universally acceptable in business situations. And I remember when Shauna was teaching in kindergarten, and I would say, oh my God, for whatever reason, oh my God. And somehow Shauna said, you know, not everyone's okay with that.
Right.
Saying, oh my gosh.
Andy, you'd say, fuck. That's what you would say. You never said, oh my God.
Are you hearing this?
Fuck. And I said, what happened? I can't find my other sock. Yeah, that's what you would do.
I remember my nephew when he was like 3 years old, he was doing something outside and he went, damn, damn, damn.
So
Yeah.
my kids, I don't know about my son, but my girls say, oh my gosh. I didn't teach them that.
That's a thing.
That's the thing. Oh my gosh. They're so polite. Like when I was growing up, oh my God.
Like, I mean, one thing I don't care for when someone says it. I like when someone says, excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom versus I gotta go pee.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like pee.
Yeah. It's,
We know what you're going to go do. You're going to go to the bathroom.
you
Even
could
Lillian.
say,
I always say, Lillian, first we potty, then we party. Gotta go
you
potty.
could say, you could say, I have to urinate.
Well, you can just say, I have to use the restroom or I have to go to the bathroom. You don't have to go, I have to go pee. I gotta go pee really quick. No, Lillian, you don't have to go.
Are we going for a walk? Is that what we're doing?
Thanks, Andy. It's pouring rain out right now.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
She doesn't. Do you know why dogs don't like this? They don't like to be out in the rain besides getting wet?
There are
It's
lots.
it's loud. The rain hitting the
Uh,
cement down by their ears.
hmm.
It's too loud for them.
Okay.
Like right now, it's blasting right now. It's just pouring. Use the restroom. Yeah, I need to use the restroom, please. Or, but if I'm at your house, I'm not going to say, "Excuse me, I need to use the restroom." I
Just
may
say
say,
bathroom.
"I need to go to the bathroom."
Right.
Not, "I gotta go pee." Let's watch the movie, but I gotta go pee first. Ugh.
Even if you know the person extremely well.
Micturate.
Next-
Michael Keels. That's P equals P. I'm gonna micturate. How do you say it? Micturate. Micturate.
or urinate.
Micturate.
You could say defecate for the other activity.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Excuse me, I'll be right back. That's more what I say. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, that's Lillian knows that when I say that means she doesn't like when I say that.
Now, another new saying, maybe in the last 10 years or so, is TMI.
Oh, TMI.
And that's because we've come to believe, and I'm not going to weigh in too much on this, that we need to be real, and being real means revealing as much of ourselves as possible in every situation. And that's how we end up having people say TMI.
That's TMI.
Too much information. Like, do I really need to know what you're going to do in the bathroom?
No, that's TMI.
That's TMI.
But yeah, I get it. Makes sense.
We never used to say that. We never used to say.
Well, we didn't used to say so, and we've discussed this before, and I've talked about this with a couple other people. People don't say I love you. They say love you. Love you.
It's safer.
I say I love you, and then someone comes back, love you.
That's because you are comfortable expressing love. And for a lot of us, it's harder to say I love you than love you.
Love you. A bushel and a peck, and a hug on the neck.
I love you, Jenna.
I love you too, Shauna.
I know I miss you. When are you coming back to California?
Well, we'll talk about it. You're working now. You don't have time.
I don't have time. Well, I'm glad we decided to have an abbreviated session.
Different degrees of love. I still say it. If I saw somebody, I don't say love. Maybe I do say love you because I'm trying to be not so, like, I care too much. Oh, Jenny, you care so much. Oh, stop feeling so much, or stop whatever so much. I'm like, that's just who I am. Don't. relax. I remember somebody I know, if someone said relax to them, that was their, that's a word that I don't, here's a word besides pivot. Pivot, trigger. I never heard trigger before 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Not to the point of where it is now.
Maybe we said push buttons, push my buttons.
People say, oh, right. When Grace, I don't like when people in business say yup. Yup at the end of the conversation. Yup. Yup. Or yeah, yeah.
That means, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that triggers me. Trigger, and there was pivot. And then we'll circle back.
Okay, here's a trivia quiz. What famous movie star got into a fight with the front desk person at a hotel when that person said whatever to him?
To him?
To him. Yeah, women don't get in fist fights usually with. So it's a male movie star. Let's see if somebody remembers this.
Robert Redford?
No way. No.
My mom, we watched The Great Gatsby last night.
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's somebody who is known to fly off the handle.
Jack Nicholson?
No, more younger. Somebody who might be in their 40s now, maybe 50s.
Not Robert Downey Jr.
That would be a good guess. But no. I'm looking to see if anybody.
Tom Cruise?
It happened in New York.
Johnny Depp?
At a hospital. It could have been Johnny Depp. It wasn't.
Julie Luce said Johnny Depp.
No.
Someone said whatever. Yeah, that's rude. Whatever. That's so dismissive. Yeah. That's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's very dismissive. But he came down from his room. So he had time to cool off a bit.
You mean they'd already said whatever upstairs?
Right. He was in his hotel room. He was calling down to the front desk because there was some problem. And the front desk person basically well, I'm not going to say literally, but it would be appropriate to say literally. Said the word, whatever. And at that point, this guy left his room, took the elevator down to the lobby, and punched out the front desk person.
William guessed Charlie Sheen?
That would be another good guess. Okay, I'll give you a hint. He's not American.
So not George Clooney.
I'm waiting for the right answer because I'd be able to pick it out of a multiple choice.
You would?
But I'm having a hard time now.
Can you give us a multiple choice?
No, I would have to be able to remember his name. If I saw his name, I would know.
You mean we need to tell you who it is because you can't remember?
Yeah. So let's see. There is a so again.
He's not American.
He's not American.
Is he Greek? Oh, no. Was it Jude Law?
No, I don't think he's a hothead, is he? Oh, maybe he is. Sean Penn's American. It's not Sean Penn.
I saw this movie with Jude Law where he and his wife buy they rent this big castle. Did anyone see that movie? Crazy weird. No, I've met Jude. Jude's really sweet. But I could see, he's sweet. Not American. Chris Helmsworth?
No.
Who's that? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, okay. I'll give you another hint.
Do you know who it is?
He was, now I know.
Okay.
He played, this is a big hint.
This is fun, you
He,
guys.
he
We're
was
gonna
a
do
glad,
trivia. Hey, Andy, will you have trivia for us for next week?
yeah, I'll have trivia next.
Okay.
He
Is he
played
Australian?
I believe so.
Julie Luce asks if he's Australian. Okay.
I believe so.
Guys, this is fun.
But here's the biggest hint. Here's the biggest hint. He played a gladiator.
Thor. Michael Keel said Thor.
He played a gladiator.
Oh, Mel Gibson?
Close.
Not
Dude.
Kevin Costner, not Mel Gibson, not John Travolta.
You guys should know now, right?
Who is it, you guys?
His first name begins with an R.
What movie is he in?
I think Gladiator.
Carol, do you know? Oh, that guy?
That guy.
Beautiful Mind guy?
Yes.
What's his name?
Russell
Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Did he like smash the person with the phone or something then?
Here,
Like say anything or
I'm
no?
pulling up the New York Times article.
Russell Crowe.
This happened in 2005.
Whatever. Well, I would go down there too if somebody said whatever. Whatever. What do you mean?
So
Whatever.
he was trying to put a call through to his wife in Australia. The call wasn't going through. He called the front desk. It was like 4 a.m. And he was paying $3,000 a night for his hotel room.
Right. You don't whatever that. You
So
go,
you think you get some
oh, what is
service.
it that you may I dial the phone for you and hold it up to your ear?
He went to the lobby and threw the telephone at an employee behind the desk, cutting him below the right eye. But I want to get to the important part. What was the thing that really triggered him, set him off?
He should have pivoted and circled back.
I don't think it's saying in this article here. But I remember they were talking about it because it was all about the word whatever and how it could be a fighting word, you know? It's very dismissive.
Yeah, whatever. Not
Whatever.
I say that sometimes. Well, whatever. We'll do whatever. It will just
Yeah, that's okay. That's different.
Romper Stomper. I've
But
never heard of that. I know Romper Room. I don't know Romper Stomper.
when you're trying to talk to your teenager and they're just blowing you off and
Whatever. Don't they just go
whatever.
now? I'm
So
gonna
yeah,
go,
that was Russell Crowe.
I'm gonna go play a video game. Poor customer service. Kind of when you're paying $3,000 a night.
Well, in Russell Crowe's defense, he said he threw the phone at the wall, and unfortunately, the
Person
phone.
was standing next to the wall. He was standing next to the wall and he threw it at the wall, so
Well, the New York Times doesn't always get it right or get all of it, and they didn't get the whatever part.
they
But
didn't. They didn't
I'm
report the
standing
whatever.
by my story that whatever was the word that just infuriated him.
Whatever. Thank you,
Whatever.
Andy Rader. Will you come back?
Okay.
You'll come back with some trivia? Like that really stumped all of us. We had to really think about that.
Well, it's
Your
really
hair's getting a little
trivial.
longer.
It's trivial, and it happened 16 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
It was a big story. A big story. Afghanistan's a big story. Russell Crowe's not a big story, but it got coverage back then.
It's just terrible.
So on that note,
Well, let's just think of something positive. Do you have a letter?
Q. Quintessential.
I have an album named Quintessential and I have 2 left. Maybe I might just have 1 left and I'm not going to sell it because that's the only one I have left. Oh, Andy Rader, I hope that you have a great night. So I hope that you so have a sweet and totally awesome and literally quite a good night. And I will say that you have quotable thoughts, and I will say that you have quick words. I know because I'm really happy that you're here, and I'm really happy that 7 of you here throwing over news these days. You like phones? I do too. Don't throw your phone because it might break unless you got an otter case. And I will sit here because this is my place. And I hope that all of you have, I'll use your word, you all have a quintessential heart. And you're all real smart. Even though it took us almost 15 minutes to guess Russell Crowe. So stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And I know, Carl, I said another word would be the word tonight, but I forgot the name of the word. Trichotillomania. Trichotillomania. Remember that word tomorrow. Please use it in a sentence and try not to say so. Instead, I'll say love hard. How hard, Andy?
Hard.
How hard?
Hard as you can.
As hard as you can. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Shauna. Good night, Emma.
She's talking.
I love you.
I love you too.